gremlins are up. Alright, so let's talk of the Libra full moon, April 12th, 2025. See your local time for more accurate depiction of the 12ing. So this is a analysis of the transit. Just a quick idea to help us find language for the embodiment of the energy. Alright, so the moon is in Libra squaring Mars in Cancer. Mars is the ruler of Aries. Aries is the host of the Sun, Chiron, and now a rebirthing Neptune, and soon Mars, Venus, and Saturn. Mars and Venus will both be on the shadow path through the first decan of Aries. And this is essentially the weighing of the heart in the court of the cosmic jester. The fool's journey. What has Virgo been for? What has the replication been for? What have we compromised in value for profit, for virtue? What edifice in this consensus narration, this Libra dynamic of all society, communal etiquette, what is the Emperor's new robe actually indicating? Are they sane or are they insane? Unsane or insane? Alright, so individuation, insanity, it's this Uranus. The moon is transforming through the Uranian field right now. Prometheus is rising. The sins of the father, the anger, the hurt, the pain, the burdens of the past were digested by yesterday's vulture. You can rise up and break these chains now, but you got to feel what the power and the value is that for you. Rebirthing your own Venus. This brings your psyche online. You start to feel new energies. The emotions speak to you in new ways. You don't need to bind them to the replicated loops of the past or the consensus narration. You don't need to be able to explain it, because if you can, you are replicating programming. So what do you do with Wu Wei? You can't name it, you can't hold it. You got to release and fall into the purity of what nourishes your spirit. What do you find a meaningful life to be? How do you do that? That's what you do. Alright, so the moon here, Venus in Libra, it is the high court of consensus, objective narration. It is the virtue of beauty. What is the highest conception for communal logic to hold in the form of a function for a reason? And how do we claim our position in that? What are the shadows and light which alternate through that relation to the past and the future? How much sacrifice do you demand of yourself? And is that demanding of others as well? Black Moon Lilith in a new phase conjunction to this Plutonic Libra moon here. Black Moon is squaring, as is the full moon, out of sign, or actually it's in sign, but out of decan, it's square with Pluto here. And in the transformational energies of Uranus, which is working the unconscious to conscious. So the updated sense of the value in yourself is giving rise to a lack of coherence in the contrast. So there's reciprocity undenied. The static, the Libra Venus is now coming to reality in Taurus. What is the value of the felt presence of experience if you've given it all away to iconic possession? How do you re-embody what that is and recultivate that relation so that the scales can be balanced? Are you bound to the draining of the ancestral past, or are you allowed to feel the freedom of potential through action in your own ignorance and bring wisdom into reality by honoring Saturn, honoring existence, holding the fire? Our denials, the repression, the anima, the animas, these dwellers on the threshold, this energy, we swim the river of Styx. We are bringing awareness to the light of new days. It's asking us to be in relation to it, but if we cannot release the anchor of the past, we can't walk with that sun. It will just set. So we're learning what to hold on to and what to release, and that's manifold expression. Alright, so let's just look at a quick hermetic here. We've got the Mars trining all this in Pisces. It's all going to be reborn as Mars goes into Pluto and comes into reconciliation with the polarity of itself. The power dynamic through the old paradigms, the base chakra, lowest common denominator essentials, the necessities for existence or self-existence, egoic existence, and coming to understanding that the spirit within you does not destroy the ego, it doesn't destroy a sense of self, it just gives new color and more perspective. So you can see micro to macro, and you find in the ignorance that there is a golden rule of the self, and when you find that, you bring that into existence for others. You can understand the value of the ignorance in the other, and you can use your will to choose where you're bound and where you are not. And everyone's in the same thing, we're realizing. And you give other people a lead by doing what's right for you, by leading yourself. They realize, okay, well, I'm doing this because of this or that, and they did something else, I guess I can too. Or you can give them a chip or whatever, whatever they need. So do right for yourself. This Virgo thing. South Node currently in Virgo, Mercury being reborn, spiritual wounding being realized as a gift, so we can create something new. And when you find this foundation of self and you bring the golden rule into your awareness, like you can feel the value of what that means, and you can share that, and you don't even have to try, you're just building upon that, and the resonance rises. It's just new growth of psyche. Mythologies are being reborn from the old. New ones are finding seed in the ashes of the old world. It needs the substrate to hold. And so we're gardeners of consciousness, just to be alive. So, cultivate your garden and bring it into existence. Alright, that's all I had to say here. There's a lot more going on, Vesta, with this in conjunction to Jupiter, trining Pallas Athena, which is squaring Vesta. Find what is of the value in the fire at the heart of who you are. What does the feeling rise? How can you put that feeling into action beyond the echoes of the past, knowing that power is in perception, and perception is gained through changing the frame of the myopic so that your language can find new echo, can find new material from which to put that on. So that's how you get the Sagittarius energy in here. You become epigenetic to a changing world by changing yourself. And you can move, you can go places, or you can do it within yourself and allow the beliefs of the past to fade. You don't have to convince anyone else. They'll convince themselves. Alright. Alright, if you are interested in an analysis or a self-discovery call, just contact me. My email is in the description below. Other than that, thanks for watching, listening, and being.